Welcome back, Sneaker Life fam, to another epic review. Man, I've been waiting to review these, so let's check them out. So as you guys see right here, we got our normal standard Air Jordan 3 box, of course. Y'all know what this box looked like. But let me say first and foremost that the sneaker inside this box did not originally come in this particular box. It actually came in a black and chrome box, of course, back when it originally released. So do take note of that. But let's check out the label. Label does read Air Jordan 3 Retro Grade School. Colorway is black, dark charcoal white, and of course this is a size 6. Now popping open the lid, of course, got all red underneath. So my receipt paper right here. Now do note that when this pair originally dropped, it did come with a retro card, and man, how I wish they would give us the retro cards, but it doesn't come on this particular pair, and it did come with a different paper, but of course this does come with the elephant print paper. And man, the shoes, yeah, the shoes, oh man. But yeah, we do have none other than the Air Jordan 3 Black Cats. Man, I don't know what took Jordan Brand so long in releasing this sneaker, but I am glad that they did bring these bad boys back. Like, yeah, it's literally been almost 20 years. It has been approximately 17 years, almost 18, and that's a long time for a shoe to come back. I know there's some shoes that might have, we might not have seen in 20 years, but man, it's crazy that it took so long for them to retro these. But off the back, when I first seen these, I knew that it was going to be some subtle differences, which we are going to get into in a few. But let me run a little bit of history by you guys. So this particular shoe, the Air Jordan 3 Black Hat, originally released on June 16th, 2007 for a retail price of $125. And that Black Hat name was a nickname that close friends of Michael Jordan used to call him, just because of the way that he performed on court, the way that he was able to attack his opponents, of course, on court, from his ferociousness, his power, his strength, and things of that nature. And a little quick known fact, that is also where Tinker Hatfield got the idea for creating the Air Jordan 13 Black Hats, if you didn't know. But I'll save that for another video, of course. I'm just so glad that they decided to bring the Air Jordan 3 Black Hats back. Now that you guys know a little bit of history, let's go ahead and break down the shoe. So first and foremost, when you look at the Air Jordan 3 Black Hats, first thing you notice off the rip is the fact that they did build the structure of this particular Air Jordan 3 to match the OG pair of Air Jordan 3s. Now, when I say OG, I mean 1988. You guys can see it does have that nice structure and build, of course. And I love that, I love that. I love that. And if you take a look at the elephant print, it has more of a lower cut elephant print, being that, it is reminiscent of the 1988s, of course. Speaking of elephant print, you do get elephant print on the front portion of the toe cap, as it is featured on the back portion as well. Now, something different from this elephant print and the 2007s is on this particular elephant print, it is a bit more, thinned out. On the 2007 pair, it was a bit more thicker. It had like a thicker cut to it, of course. And of course, the shape as well. The shape on the 2007s was a lot more different than this improved shape right here. So do take note of that. I know some people say that the elephant print on here is a lot more visible than the 2007s as well. And I could kind of see that, of course, but taking a look at the upper, guys, you do get this all black nubuck upper on the top of the sneaker, as you guys can see. And do note that this is, this will attract a lot of dust particles, hair, things of that nature. So you definitely want to be careful when, wearing these or storing these, because it will catch those particles, of course. But it does feel, super smooth, of course. And it's definitely more like it has like an ashy look to it, of course, as you guys can see that. But nonetheless, you do got some black stitching on the lower portion, and it does wrap around, the base of the shoe, that black stitching. Now, getting into the lacing portion, guys, on the bottom half of the tongue portion, you do have that perforated area, of course, and you do have black suede there as well. Now, on the lower eyelets, you do have these all black, somewhat of like TPU eyelets right there, as you guys can see. Nothing too crazy. Then as we head into the middle portion, guys, you do have more hints of that perforated area, more hints of the black stitching. You do have your matte black eyelets as well, as you guys can see right there. Then if you take a look at the laces, guys, we do get these standard laces that they did give us back in 2007. Now I will say, looking at these laces, I can see where people coming from where they say that these laces look more panther-like than elephant print. And I feel like it's because, you know, the print on these is a bit more darker than the 2007s. The 2007s actually match the elephant print, as to where these just match the shoe with a all black on black. So these do look more panther-like print. I will give you guys that. But, you know, you can easily switch out the laces for, you know, whatever color laces you like. White, black, whatever, you know, particular lace fits, you know, your particular liking, of course. Then as we head into the top of the tongue, guys, we do get this nice black nubuck. Once again, you do get your Jumpman right here, and this is almost like a TPU Jumpman, almost like a flattened kind of material Jumpman, not like your normal stitch Jumpman or your embossed Jumpman that you've seen on the 2007s, but more of like a TPU, kind of like a plastic material Jumpman, somewhat similar to the DMPs from 2006, of course, or even the more recent Air Jordan 11 Gratitudes from 2023. And of course, if you look at this particular Jumpman from 2007 to 2025, of course, it's going to look a lot darker because of age and time difference, things of that nature, of course. But I even like the fact that they slimmed down the tongue on these as well. You know, once again, keeping it true to that 1988, you know, spec, of course, as you guys can see. So that's definitely dope. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the OGs had a thicker tongue. I can't remember off the back. But, you know, we do have these two glossy eyelets at the top of the lacing portion as well, as you guys can see that. Nothing too crazy. Then if you take a look at the ankle collar, you do get hints of, you know, that perforated area and all black nubuck around it as well. Then as we make our way into the heel of the shoe, you do get somewhat of like a matte black finish on the heel. You do get your Jumpman and your Air text right there, and more of like a shiny finish on the heel of the shoe as well. Now, something featured on the 2007 pair that is not featured on the 2025 pair is underneath the pull tab. It does not feature black hat. Now, it did feature black hat on the 2007s, but it does not feature black hat on these. It just has, once again, that perforated area going, you know, around it. Now, I feel like that was a bummer for most, because most people are used to seeing black hat underneath. And that kind of makes me wonder if the Air Jordan 3 Pure Moneys will feature Pure Money under there. But I still don't think that it takes away the fact that this is still a dope sneaker, in my opinion, of course. Now, before we get into the interior of the shoe, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the sock liner. So taking a look at the sock liner, guys, you do have an all black microfiber sock liner. You know, it almost feels like a microfiber towel kind of material. If you guys own the sneaker, then you know what I'm talking about. But it is featured on the sock liner, of course, and it looks like they went with more of a like thin padding, you know, somewhat to try and mimic the OGs. And by OGs, once again, I mean 1988, but you know, not as close to the OGs, you know. So although it is a thin padding, it's not as close and as original to the OGs, but they at least tried their best, all while still keeping some true aspects to the 2007 pair, of course. So do take note of that. Now, going into the interior, guys, so taking a look at the insole, you do get an all black insole, of course, with the white Jumpman and of course my sizing tag. My shoe paper, don't mind that. Now, do note that this particular insole is a Dream Cell insole, of course, and it seems like, you know, lately Jordan Brand has been picking and choosing which shoes they want to give a Dream Cell insole to and which shoes they want to give a polyurethane insole to. And you guys know I'm more a fan of the polyurethane insole because it just gives you a more comfortable feel, you know, when you're rocking your shoes. But nonetheless, the Dream Cell insole is cool. I definitely feel like once you get a few wears in, it's definitely going to break in and feel a lot more, you know, suitable to most, you know. But do take note of that, of course. Now, as we take a look at this particular mug guard right here, guys, you do get an all patent leather shiny mug guard right here in all black, of course, you know, and it's very, very visible. Now, I do know on the 2007 pair, it had more of like a glossy finish to it, you know, kind of like black car paint when it shines directly in the sun, you know, and it has somewhat of like that glittery look to it. That is what was featured on the 2007 pair, of course. I did want to say metallic, but I felt like, you know, car paint was a more, you know, a more suitable term to, you know, kind of give you guys an idea of what I'm talking about. But it did feature that on the mug guard, but here it is more visible, and it does have a nice shiny patent leather, which is also featured on the midsole. Now, going into the midsole, you get an all black polyurethane midsole, of course, as you guys can see. Now, on the top portion, you do have this nice shiny look, which matches the mug guard on the top half, of course. And I believe on the 2007 pair of the black hats, that was more of like a solid black. Then on the bottom half, you do have more of like a matte black, you know, not entirely matte black, but it's more of like a matte black and a solid, you know, with a solid finish to it on the lower half. And then you do get this visible bubble air unit right there as well. Standard Air Jordan, you know, air bubble. And then taking a look at the outsole, guys, do get your traditional Air Jordan 3 outsole, and true to the 2007 pair, you do get an all blacked out outsole, of course, with Jordan and white right there, more close to the heel of the shoe. And then you do have your rough rugged stars on the front portion of the outsole as well. So not too much that they changed on this particular shoe. I do think that, you know, the only big downside to this shoe would be the fact that these don't feature black hat. But to my liking, y'all, I will say other than that, I think that these are dope. And once again, this is my favorite, you know, when it comes to the Black Hat series. Like, I think that the Black Hat 3s, you know, this year, I think they did these justice. I think that they did these justice. And in my opinion, just overall, them updating the shape, you know, that's a plus for me. And I've seen some, you know, first looks, some in-hand looks of some Air Jordan 3s dropping this year, and a lot of them seem to have this particular shape, which, you know, I'm very excited about. I feel like when it comes to the Air Jordan 3s, they definitely got these on point. But of course, you know, let me know how you guys are feeling about the Air Jordan 3 black hats. You know, I would have liked to see the Air Jordan 5 black hats released, but, you know, for the most part, I know that we got the black metallic Air Jordans releasing next month. So, you know, I kind of see why Jordan Brand took those off the list. And we do got the Black Hat 4s dropping later on this year. So I do feel like more people might rock with the Black Hat 4s than the Black Hat 3s. But then again, it's an all black sneaker. Once again, as I mentioned, you know, some people might swap out the laces, you know, might put all black laces, all white laces, you know, for the most part. But I just feel like you can't go wrong with an all black shoe, in my opinion, man. And I'm just so glad, you know, that Jordan Brand decided to retro these after almost nearly 20 years, man. So glad that the Air Jordan 3 black hats is back, man. I love these. I love these. I love these. But let me know what you guys think of these down in the comment section below. Let me know, are you rocking with them? Let me know if you copped them. Let me know if you passed on them. And with everything dropping this year, let me know if this was a necessity for you to grab in 2025. With that being said, guys, you got your boy J-Jus. You got my thoughts and opinions and review on the Air Jordan 3 black hats. Whoo, man. Glad these are back. Let me know how y'all feeling about them, man. Let me know how y'all feeling about them. But if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like. For those of you who are new to the channel, if you want to see more sneaker reviews like this, if you want to see more monthly sneaker release videos, if you're into sneakers or anything sneaker related, guys, then hit that big subscribe button. It is greatly appreciated. Until next time, I love and appreciate you guys. Reach for the stars. Sky's the limit. And we out.